Okay, so we're talking about the most popular topic right now, how to fuse up racks. This is my version of how to do this. What I like to do, I pull all my shells out, obviously, get them unwrapped. Some of them are going to have different length leaders depending on the brand and the type of shell, okay? So I don't personally like to cut leaders off, even though some of them, like this Empire shell, have a lot of extra, okay? Some of the ball shells might have a little less, but they're generally pretty okay. Preferred method for me, if I'm going in a straight row like this, is I take my first piece of tape and I just attach my fuse to the end of the rack just to hold it in place right on the end there, okay? Then I bring it across and I can start doing my attachment. Now the way I like to do it is I wrap the fuse around the other fuse, take the leader off the shell and wrap it around the fuse. Now this is for slower fusing, okay? This is a little bit slower. It'll hold well enough there, and we'll wrap it with some tape. Okay. Having a clean tape job, not super important right now. It doesn't matter. It'll light. Take the next one, repeat. Okay. This is to do, again, slower fusing. If you want to bunch this up, you can, and kind of bunch this down like that and get your tape out. Rewrap that. Give that a piece of tape. Now, you can do zip ties if you'd like. I've done zip ties. I sometimes will do zip ties and tape. I don't like doing just zip ties because the fuse will pull right through and sometimes you'll have failures to fire. Now, if you want to do a faster firing, if you like faster firing, you're trying to do a finale or you're trying to do more sky puke, what you can do, same thing as wrapping this around, but when you wrap this around here, you're going to let this leader chase down and along here. Because what's going to happen is once the fire off this fuse touches this first piece of this, it doesn't matter what speed this fuse is, this slow fuse is 30 seconds a foot, if you got perfect fuse 10 seconds a foot or 5, or even if you got the quick fuse, okay? It's not going to matter because once you touch this leader off the shell, it's going to go at that speed, which is about 4 seconds a foot. So you tape that up, and that's going to be your leader. That's going to bring all the way over to this shell, okay? Then you bring this one over, and you do the same thing. This is for faster fusing. You know, just twist this around, and then you're going to tape off this end. Tape off that end. Then you're going to take your next shell, and you're going to do the same thing, okay? So we're doing all those same tasks, right? So now, with an angled rack like this, well, how do I, if I want to make a nice fan pattern, okay, want to make a nice fan pattern, how do I do that effectively with these different shells? I want to make a fan pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a length of fuse, okay, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tie it around an end. And we're going to tape that off. Yeah, as long as you have a couple of wraps, you're okay. It's not going to matter. You go to your next one, and you wrap this one up too. Now on these, for angle firing, I like to do a slower method, so I like to keep my wraps tight, like this. And just a little tape at first. We'll tape over the whole row when we're done. The next one, same thing. Now if you're trying to do an S firing pattern, you need a little bit longer fuse, a longer length of fuse. Okay, you take the first piece and you come around the back and you'd hit this way and then you go this way and that way you get a nice S pattern of firing with a slower firing sequence. Now, this is my way to do it. This isn't the way you have to do it. It's just my preferred way over these years that I found works for me and gives me the best results. Now, if I want to do fast fusing and make it go quick, I want to do a finale, I can do all these same methods and just replace the green fuse with the white quick fuse, and everything goes up at virtually the same time. That's it. That's fusing.